Why, hello, human beings. How you doing today? My name is Q, and thank you for seeing my channel. Now, today we're going to go ahead and talk about Dreamcastguy. Now, a while back, he been talking about why he's mad because this IGN person was talking about PlayStation that have no games. So we're going to go ahead and dissect that a little bit and see what he had to say. I hope this becomes a reasonable video, and I know I'll disappoint everybody with the JTech cancellation video, so I thought I'd still make content because it doesn't slow me down. So without further ado, let's go ahead and watch Dreamcast Guy video and put my criticism in it. All right. Okay, so we're right here saying PS5 have no games, say IGN director, plus new PlayStation 5 controller reveal. Now, the point of this video, we're not talking about the controller reveal, but we're going to go ahead and dive deep into the PlayStation 5 have no games. So let's go ahead and let's see how my criticism go into that.
Spider-Man Miles Morales, Sackboy's Big Adventure, Returnal, Godfall, Demon Souls. Man, I'm still just completely in love with my PlayStation 5.
Okay, so you named five games. I have no comment on that. Spider-Man Miles Morales is on PlayStation 4. Right now, Returnal seem interest in my occasion. I kind of like games that's like that type of situation, but I refuse to pay $70 plus an extra $500 or $400 just to play that games on the PlayStation 5. It's not attractive to me to pay that much money to play on there. And plus, that one game, I forgot, Dark Soul, wherever the game is, that's on PlayStation 3. So if you played it, that's a remake. So that's technically a PlayStation 3 game. So honestly, telling the truth, Returnal is the only thing that's interesting me. Godfall is on the PC, so I'm okay with that. Haven't played Godfall. I know it's the AMD Notice game, and I think I might pick it up just to test out my graphics card and my CPU when I get it. So right now, Returnal is the only game that interested me, and I know Ratchet and Clank come out this Friday. So let's continue.
It's now been about 6 months exactly since the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X have come out. Now, let's just be clear, both of these systems are fantastic. I'm not going to act like one.
Yo, I don't know if anybody recognized this, but he have no lenses in his glasses. There's no, he got studio lights or some type of lights coming on you. Like you see the lights on me. I'm not this bright all the time. I'm actually pretty darker than I expected. But at the same time, I got like 1, 2, 3, 4. My webcam got a light. So I got like 4 lights plus with the light in the living room. So it's a whole bunch of light. You can see reflections on my face. But I don't see the reflection on his glasses. Like with reflection, you can see some type of reflection, and he's not wearing reflection. So I think it's a prop for his glasses, but that's me nitpicking. Let's continue.
One is a complete freaking piece of junk, and the other is a masterpiece. Both of these systems are definitely different and good in their own way. But today, IGN has decided to stir up some nonsense and pretend there's a gigantic console war and say some utter freaking BS.
First of all, you got excuse me. First of all, you got to show evidence about that, because I don't think IGN going to pull off any console war type of situation. So the fact that you got to show evidence in that part is key to me. So let's just see where this goes.
Also today we're going to be talking about the fact that there's new PlayStation 5 controllers that have finally been revealed after leaking last year. What's up, gamers? Dreamcastguy here. Now,
did you just had a second intro? Your whole entire intro, the 10-second intro. Now, I don't have an intro. My intro is, hello, human beings. How you doing? Sendo Q here. Mine is pretty much decent, I think. I'm not judging on my intro. I mean, it's an intro. But you just had an intro. But at the same time, we're not going to talk about the controllers. They're just controllers with different art piece. Same thing with Xbox. They're all different controllers. I don't know what's the hype about it. It's just different controllers, but let's continue.
Now let's start things off by taking a look at the tweet that seems to have the internet on fire.
Okay, so I'm not going to have him. He's going to read it, but let's go into it. Since the loss of next gen, I've done a complete 180, and at this point, I wouldn't really recommend a PlayStation 5 to people, not until it have more games. Get an Xbox Series X and sign up for Game Pass. And he say, I play an Xbox game literally every night, and I haven't turned my PlayStation 5 on in 2 months. Returnal looked great, but it's $70. Game Pass is just too good to ignore. PlayStation 5 literally will get there someday, and it will be expensive. Now, me reading this tweet, I see it like this. If I got the PlayStation 5, I will be playing some of the PlayStation 4 games because I haven't played those games before. And there's no point of me getting the PlayStation 5 because it's like one game I want to play on there. I could just give me a PlayStation 4 and have a new experience. And plus, the PlayStation 5 doesn't have an upgrade to their games. So it's just going to play like a PlayStation 4, and that will be brand new experience for me. Maybe Justin Davis haven't played any of the Xbox One games, so all those games to him is new. And plus, Game Pass, he only paid like $10 a month for a whole bunch of games. For limited games, for $10 a month, you could pay a limited games that's under Game Pass, and right there is a good deal. And not only that, if I'm not mistaken, Xbox is increasing the frame rate, increasing the frames per second, well, the frame rate increasing the graphic, making it more like a modern series. And that would make me want to think, oh, I could play my All Pro Football 2008 game on the Xbox Series X. Put it in there, download it, and maybe get the 120 frames per second, because that game right there to me is awesome. Build your own team, stuff like that. But I'm not getting to that. So yeah, his tweet makes sense. The marketing campaign for PlayStation is to play new games. That's what a lot of people said. And I expect to play new games. So I kind of get what he's saying. But let's Dreamcast continue. And give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I'm on the side where Dreamcast was, so I put myself on the other side. So we're going to go ahead and let it play.
Now brace yourself, this is some fanboy stupidity. This is the director of IGN. This guy is pretty dang high up. This is not just some random journalist. It's not some random freelancer. This guy is way up at IGN. And last night, he randomly dropped this. Since the launch of Next Gen, I've done a complete 180, and at this point, I would not recommend a PlayStation 5 to people. Not until it has more games. Now, let's just take it... Now, let's just...
Your fanboy coming out? Yo, how he said that, it looked like he got salty a little bit. So, it's like, yeah, just read into it, and... is actually, he haven't played, to me, I think he haven't played an Xbox game last generation, and maybe those game is interesting, but not only that, at a higher frame rate and higher graphics, could play 4K and stuff. So that makes sense.
Take a second here to digest this ridiculous opening statement. I would not recommend the PlayStation 5, not until it has more games.
And I agree. They only have like 2 games. One game for me that I'm interested in because that look like it's fun, but it's not make me want to go ahead and buy a PlayStation 5 just to play that one game.
That's pretty funny, but let's just actually think about the fact that, look, the Xbox Series X is great in a lot of ways. It has more power, quick resume is fantastic. Personally, I think the Xbox controller is a little bit better than the PlayStation 5 even now, but we need to just look at the facts. PlayStation 5 has more console exclusives than the Xbox Series X.
I mean, debatable. I haven't gotten to my Game Pass. And what I heard about Game Pass is there's some games on PC and there's more games on Xbox. So I cannot make that I cannot follow that up with any information. I'm sorry, it's just getting on my nerves. Please, if you're gonna wear glasses, have some lenses in it. Lenses in it. If it's gonna be fake, that's fine. But you don't have no lenses, dude. You can't finesse a finesser. Well, I'm not a finesser, but you can't finesse me, man. Wear some real glasses. But yeah, it's yeah. I only concede 2 games. Miles Morales on last gen, and so on and so forth. But I don't have evidence to prove that, and he doesn't either. But hey, whatever.
So saying that the Series X has more games is a bit of a strange statement when it still currently is just boosting older experiences. But let's take a look at the rest of this. Get an Xbox Series X and sign up for Games Pass. I play an Xbox game literally every night, and I haven't even turned on my PlayStation 5 in 2 months. Returnal looks great, but it's $70. Game Pass is just too good to ignore. PS5 library will get there, someday, and it will be expensive.
Yeah, only 2 games. Returnal and Ratchet and Clank. That's 2 games. Like I say, Returnal look fun, but I'm not going to pay $70 plus a $400 or $500 investment if I'm only going to play 1 or 2 games. That's just a paperweight waiting to happen.
Now, let's just try and be objective about this ridiculous statement. First and foremost, the biggest thing that Xbox people talk about is backwards compatibility. Now, I'm not going to be one of those PS5 fanboys that acts like that isn't a great feature. The fact that I can take any of these hundreds and hundreds of games off my wall, plug them directly into my freaking Xbox and play them, upscaled 4K a lot of times, 120 frames a second, that is definitely an impressive feature.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm looking at it like that, I want to be sold on the Xbox a little bit more. If I'm going to go ahead and get a console, like if I went straightly console, I want to know the features, and I want to know what you call it, what innovation that the company did with their console. And since PlayStation don't have no notice, they can't unlock the SD card. I can't increase my memory on it. I can't do all this. I'm paying $7 for a game, and stuff is not updated to faster frame rate and everything. Like PlayStation is getting to 60 frames a second, which is kind of baffling because it meant to be 120 frames a second, and people getting hyped over 60. That's boggled my mind. And you got Xbox over here, Microsoft doing 120. So yeah, it's gonna be Xbox will be interesting to me because innovation and what they're doing that the other competition not doing.
But here's my thought. PlayStation can do that as well, just not as old of games. You can do every generation of Xbox runs on the current Xbox. That's definitely an impressive thing. But to act like the PlayStation doesn't have games, there are 4,000 PlayStation 4 games.
And how many PlayStation 4 games did the editor play? You're not taking that into consideration. Like I haven't played none of the Xbox or none of the PlayStation. And Game Pass to me seemed more like a budget situation. The fact I could pick up a Series S, I understand it got less memory, and I could go ahead and pick up a memory card. I'm just gonna call it memory card for a month. I could get all of that for the same price as the Xbox One X, and I don't have to spend that much more. But if I want to go ahead and I have like 360 games I could put in my Xbox Series X and get better frame rate, and not only that, I've got the whole category of Xbox Ones. I got a whole category of Series S's, and then I could play old school game. So right there to me is more of a great value over the PlayStation 5. Yes, I haven't played any of the PlayStation 4 libraries, but at the same time, they're not increasing their old games to a higher frame rate. Mass Effect is at 60 frames. The adaptive triggers on the PlayStation, Xbox have it. The special rumble on the PlayStation 5, Nintendo have it in their Joy-Cons controller. That right there is like what's going to sell me on the PlayStation. Exclusive, I don't care about. I really don't care about exclusive. I just want to know what type of innovations you have that I can't get anywhere else. If it was a console, so there, I just like innovation over exclusives. There you go.
Almost all of which, 99.9% of that library, also works on the PlayStation 4. And you know what? I'm going to go a step further. A lot of PlayStation stuff is dirt cheap now. A lot of PlayStation 4 stuff is already on sale.
The point you don't get is yes, they're on sale. But on Xbox, you're paying $15 to play the old school games. So yeah, you can say the games are on sale. That's fine. If somebody want to go and pick up the game, that's totally fine. But it still can't beat Game Pass. Now look at me. I don't own the Xbox Series X. I don't own the PlayStation 5. I don't own the PlayStation 4. I don't own the Xbox One X or Xbox One. So I still gotta put money into that. Now, if I could pay $15 a month or $10 a month to play those games on Xbox, to me, that's a better price. You're not looking at other arguments. Yes, Game Pass is the thing, but you got a wall of games you've been collecting. Yes, on your part, it's great. But look at a person like me that only got PC and the Switch. If I'm going to pick one of those consoles, what's going to be a better value for me? Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5? And to me, the Series X is a better value than a PlayStation 5. And yes, for $500, I get that, but I can't increase the memory on the PlayStation 5 yet. I could do it. I could do it with a separate thing, but I can't play PlayStation 5 games. But with the Series X, I could do way more than what I would have done with the PlayStation 5, in my opinion, because innovation and what they could do with their system is really beating the PlayStation 5 right now. And that's just my opinion. I mean, you can pick whatever you want, but if I'm going to pick one, I want to pick the Series X. And that's just real.
Is it Games Pass price? No, of course not. But these experiences are still good, and it's weird that people just kind of hand wave them away. I'm going to do something super ridiculous here that I've never done before. Let's just talk about the size of the PlayStation 4 library. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to grab some fistfuls of my freaking games. Let's take a look at this. So, literally, I can just stack these up all the way to the freaking ceiling. So, whenever people say that the PlayStation 5 doesn't have games, whenever you want to act like Game Pass is such a better deal, Game Pass is fantastic. Game Pass is cheap as hell. It is a tiny monthly fee. I give it credit for that. But the fact that there is still just thousands and thousands of games that will run, that are great, that are freaking good deals on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5 is something that is too often disregarded.
We're not disregarding it, but no, we're not. But here's the thing. You see your whole entire wall. Now look at me. I'm not going to spend $500 on a PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X. So I'm going to look at the next option. You got the $299 Series S from Microsoft, and you got the $400 PlayStation 5 from Sony. So now I'm taking the disc out of the conversation. Now all those discs that you have right there is useless in my opinion. Now I gotta worry about downloadable content. I could increase the storage in the Series S over the PlayStation 5 because I got access to that. Yes, you got access to the M.2 4, but they haven't locked that. So therefore, I can't increase the storage. And therefore, I gotta buy my games online. Now, if I had the the Xbox Series S, I got Game Pass, $15 a month. $10 a month. I can play as much games I want in their library. Compared to, I don't have nothing like that on the PlayStation. So therefore, I gotta buy the games. I gotta keep it in there. So therefore, PlayStation is going to be more of a expensive investment compared to the Series S. So all those games right there is useless to me. Let's continue.
Both the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X currently have gigantic libraries of games. If you want to talk about the newest and greatest experiences like Cyberpunk 2077 or something that's a bit older, like, my point is that I'm tired of this "it's got no games" argument from everybody because it's flat out not true. Like,
They don't have no games for that system. So therefore, he probably played all of those games on the PlayStation 4. You're not getting that part. He probably didn't play any games from the Xbox One. So all those games with higher frame rates is brand new experience to him. You probably have the money to do all of that. Okay, and plus, Cyberpunk 2077 is not on PlayStation Store anymore. So therefore, if somebody got a digital edition, they can't play that. You're not looking at both sides of the argument. You're looking at it as a fanboy argument. You're fanboying over the PlayStation because you had great experience with the PlayStation, and yet everybody disregarded the Xbox because what they did last generation. Now Sony, they're saying they could do whatever they want, pay $70, so on and so forth. Give you they don't even have games. They only got like 2 games for you to play on the PlayStation 5. Where with Xbox, you get games day one. When they come out with it, you get games day one. So right now, you're not looking at both sides. You're looking at it as the person saying they don't have no games, and that really offended you. You got to understand that they don't have no games. You got to step outside of the bubble. And that's what I learned when I switched over to PC. Now I'm looking at everything with a grain of salt. I'm looking at everything like, okay, I don't believe you until I see evidence of the product and all that stuff because I got sick and tired of the companies lying to me. So now I don't buy games day one unless I tried it out. If I like it when I try it out, boom, I buy it. But you're not looking at it like that. So step out of your PlayStation fanboy self and look at it from the outside of the argument.
straight up, at this point, if you want to act like Xbox has no games, you're wrong. And additionally, if you want to act like the PlayStation 5 has no games, you're still freaking wrong. Games Pass is...
You see what you say right there? Xbox have games. They have games that came out this year and stuff, and that's what I think they said. But the fact that you saying that they're wrong in that situation, you cannot prove them wrong. And then when you say PlayStation don't have games and you're wrong, that's where we're calling you a fanboy, a console peasant, because you cannot look at it from the outside going in. PlayStation only got like 2 games. Xbox got more use because a lot of people have been playing on PlayStation before. They don't want to play the old games that haven't been upgraded to higher frame rates, 60 frames. Yeah, but we're in the era of 2021 where 120 frames is the standard now. And since Xbox is doing all they can to make it more of a pro consumer thing and PlayStation not, now Xbox looking more attractive. So you stop looking at it as a fanboy and look at it as a human being.
Is a great deal, but disregarding all the freaking amazing experiences that have been coming out over the course of the last bunch of years just because you want to try and play this console war fanboy BS, my point is not only are these experiences great, most of them are dirt freaking cheap. These games are...
Again, if somebody don't have a disc version, how are they supposed to pick up those games for dirt cheap? They had to rely on on the store, and that doesn't make sense in my opinion.
Are still freaking super good deals. You can get some physical discs. My thought is this: whatever you want to play, wherever you want to play.
You said physical disc. You realize people got the PlayStation 4 digital. How are they supposed to play physical disc?
play, I think it is absolutely worth it. I'm going to go a step further. I think that if you're able to have the pocket change for it, I'm very glad that I own both the Xbox and the PlayStation 5 because both these systems are freaking good and they're going to keep getting better.
All right, in my opinion, I probably want to say this. Don't pick up the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X. I mean, if you want it, it's your money. Go ahead and get it. I'm not stopping you. Don't pick it up now. I say wait. Scalpers out here, you're trying to go ahead and spend all that money to pick it up. I say wait for a bit, and when it get restocked, get restocked. You got Game Pass on the Xbox One. I'm at One X, and you got in most of those games for the PlayStation 5 is already getting a PlayStation 4 redone. Except for Ratchet and Clank and Returnal, you should be fine. You can wait for those games, and you can wait when you get a system. Or if you want, build a PC. $1,000 will get you a good experience, something that you could edit, something that you could do more than doing. But it's not my money, it's your money. I'm just giving you an option. If you want to go ahead and pick the Xbox Series X, more than welcome to. If you want to go ahead and pick up the PlayStation 5, you're more than welcome to. If you want to build a PC for $1,000, you're more than welcome to. It's your decision. Do whatever you want. I'm not here to tell you what to do.
Telling anybody right now that a certain system isn't worth it is flat out untrue. And even more so, the fact that it is a director of IGN, this blows my freaking mind that anybody would try and play this card. Like the fact that I can stack this up and I still have literally shelves full of games behind me. Like, these games are still good. And this doesn't even talk about the fact that the gigantic digital libraries that both these systems have, the amount of digital-only games that exist on Xbox and PlayStation that are still mind-blowing, to me, those deserve the credit. And the fact that they just constantly try and disregard them, to hand-wave them away, to me, is not just stupid. In my opinion, it is ridiculous.
You know what's ridiculous, Dreamcastguy? You just don't get it. Yes, there's digital downloads that you can, but when's Sony going to drop down the price? Exactly. So the fact that you could do all of this by digital, you just don't see it. You see it through your eyes. I see it when I'm outside, not owning any other system, not fanboy over the system. I see it as you being ingenuine. You got a platform where people actually listen to you and you're giving them false ideals. So quit being a fanboy and tell people that, yeah, there's no games. Look outside of the box. You're not doing that.
It makes you look dumb to act like any of these systems aren't fantastic. Oh God, I'm going to drop these. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Anyway, so as I was saying, It Takes Two. I got to play that still. That just came out this year.
That game is actually interesting. My sister built a PC, as you can see right there, and I got a PC that I built. It Takes Two. You know what's interesting? On the PC, she could download the game for free, while I could download the game for $40, if I'm not mistaken. And she could play on her PC while I play on my PC, and it's a co-op game. That's interesting. I want to do that with my sister. I thought it'd be some good gameplay if she want to play.
The point I'm trying to get at, though, is that the PlayStation 5 does have great games. And in fact, I'll say that the $70 price point is still a bit ridiculous. The fact that I have to pay such a gigantic markup to play
I'm not going to lie. I heard this game ran at not 60 frames a second at 1080p. That's what I heard, upscaled to 4K. Looking at it, on my new monitor, it doesn't look impressive. I mean, it looked like a good game. It looked like it's a difficult game, but it doesn't look impressive. Still interested in it, but I'm not going to pay $70 plus a $500 console fee.
PlayStation 5 games, I'll be the first to say that I love Returnal. $70 is a big chunk of change. My thought is that going forward, games are still getting better. The library of experiences keeps getting better. The times, the multiplayer, the open worldness, a lot of these games keep managing to improve. But to act like specifically the PlayStation 5 is having a library problem when we're about to get Ratchet and Clank, we've gotten so many good games so far.
Dreamcast guy. It looked like he hadn't played the Xbox One library. It's brand new. It's a brand new experience to him. Plus, at 120 frames a second on most of the games, that's a sell, and a lot of people are starting to realize that.
I mean, the fact that you're trying to act like this is still going on, it's straight up console war BS. When I see stuff like this, I'm going to be mean here for a second. As you can see, I've been following Error Justin on Twitter. I've been following this guy for a while. Justin, this is dumb. You're clearly just trying to bait the console war BS. And the most annoying thing is that the amount of people feeding into this, the amount of people.
Dreamcast guy, this is dumb. The fact that you really pushing this is ridiculous. Come on now, dude.
People that are jumping in here and being like, oh man, yeah, you act as if people can't play over 4,000 PlayStation 4 games. Like, I hate this kind of fanboy stuff sometimes because it's acting like certain consoles are just useless pieces of plastic and the other ones are the holy grail of gaming. Everything is good. Don't listen to this kind of stupid BS. Now, speaking of stupid BS, let's talk about the PlayStation 5 controller that just got revealed.
Yeah, that's stupid BS. But I think that's it with the video. Let's go ahead and conclude what's been going on. All right, everybody. So that's it for Dreamcast Guy video. So what I think about the video, I think what he did was putting out I just think he's really missed doing a lot. How can I say it? He's trying to put out his narrative about being right, and he's really not right. He doesn't understand what the guy's saying, and a lot of people is telling him wrong. But he's not going to do that because he's going to go ahead and make a narrative on his channel. I have no evidence of that, but I saw a lot of Dreamcast Guy videos, and it seemed like it's this just genuine a little bit. So I'm not liking this cat at all. He need to. I don't dislike people. I just dislike how his views is. So he needs to realize about what he's saying is really kind of hurting the community because he's telling people some falsely things. Honestly, if you want to buy it, you can. You're a human being. You can do whatever you want. I don't care if you get an Xbox. I don't care if you get a PlayStation. I don't care if you get a Nintendo. I don't care if you build a PC. I just want everybody to enjoy what they have. It's just people like him is forcing a narrative down people's throat. And I don't like that at all. I feel like you need to go ahead and tell people what's out there for people to understand. But that's it. I'm trying to be as honest as possible. If I say something wrong, let me know. But that's it with my video. Just let me know what you think. I really try to read all the comments and try to like and thumbs up the comments. So really do. And again, I apologize for not having a debate with JTech today. I was really ready. I had notes. I had my arguments. I had my entry. I did some work, and I'm not. And this is not about JTech. It's just I just did so much work on trying to do it. But that's it. I hope everybody enjoy yourself, and thank you for the subscription. I really appreciate it. I hope I earned it. So with that being said, everybody human. My name's Sendo Q, and you have yourself a great day. Bye.